Hey, so today I'm going to be going through some of my old high school art. If you're new here, the concept of my channel is to celebrate being an amateur, to do things just for the sake of doing them and not worrying about being perfect or amazing at them. So I thought going through my old high school art would be a good way to do that. I was an amateur then and I'm an amateur now still, but yeah, I just thought it would be fun to go through my old high school art and just go through the memories and what I was thinking when I was creating it. So let's get to it! Alright, let's get started. I have some of my portfolio here. I might switch how I film depending on how this works. I'm not exactly sure what the best filming strategy for this is, but... So, my first one, I remember this one is a sink that I painted. Don't know how well you can see that, but yeah, this one took me forever to do. I was even more perfectionistic back then than I am now. I've learned. But yeah, it took me a while. Because the point of this one, we were supposed to just take something mundane and ordinary that was actually really vital and important in our lives and paint it. So I chose a sink and the water coming out of it because water is vital to our existence. So yeah, there's that one. Next is this. I think this was probably just an exercise. I don't remember doing it really, but probably an exercise in figure drawing. Looks like there's another one on the back. So, yeah, very rough sketch there. But, hey, it's something. What have we got here? Oh, looks like more... I don't think you can see this one. It's drawn so light. Here, you can see this one better. There's some drawn on the back there. But yeah, here, let me get it closer. And I'll scroll up. But yeah, more figure drawing practice, it looks like. I'm getting dust all over me. This thing is old. Alright, what is this? You know, I think some of this is not from, I'm realizing the figure drawing and some of this isn't from high school. I also did a, art workshop with an artist named Rose de Tocquedal, and I think some of these are from that. For example, this is a just basic sketch of someone that I did for that class. I know because it's, yeah, so some of these are from that as well, it looks like. And there's a basic rough sketch of a human being there. And then here's another painting. I'm pretty sure this is the one where the model, the position they were in was really awkward for me and I was having trouble. So I tried to modify the painting, which then turned out even worse because I didn't have a good frame of reference. And I had a breakdown after that because, you know, the artist, Rose de Tocquedal, she's like, yeah, that's why you shouldn't go off of she said something along the lines of, that's why you shouldn't try and go off from your model. And I then, me being the anxious being I am, I took that as criticism and I felt horrible. But then my dad helped me feel better, so, because he's like, you know, the point is to learn, and that's what I was doing, was learning. So yeah, some bad but also good memories associated with this one. What else have we got in here? So here's a drawing I did. There's a lot of white space in there, so you can't see some of it as well, but basically it was supposed to be a magician looking out over an evil person's tower. See, there's the evil wizard's tower, and there's my light magician, and there's this contrast between the dark and evil side and the light side. But originally I had wanted to do a drawing of like a character coming out of the pages that a writer was writing to try and convince the author to write it differently. It was supposed to be a villain and he was supposed to come out in this really threatening pose, but that proved to be a bit too complicated for me to draw. So I did this instead. What else have we got here? Ah, this one. I think it goes this way. Basically just space. You can't tell really here, but I tried to make it a bit 3D, which didn't work out as well as I had hoped. I was trying to get like the paint to layer in a way that it would really rise off of the canvas. That didn't really happen, but it was still fun to paint. So originally I was doing something different with it that had more of a religious connotation, but that wasn't working out, so I did just space instead. Let's see what else we've got in here. Ah. So we have these. Basically it was printmaking. So we had this, not felt, more like leathery felty sort of substance, and we had to carve carve into it so that it would then print. Funny story with this. I was working on my template. I think that's what it's called, a template. We were trying to make a template to do these, and when I came back, it had disappeared, and I had no idea. I didn't remember leaving it anywhere. It was just gone. And then someone behind me said, "Oh, these guys hid it over there," and so I went and got it, which was really weird to me because I didn't even know these people, and they just randomly decided to hide my template, and it was kind of weird, but you know, to each their own. I don't know why they did it, but they did. So the rest of these are just this on different colors, so I don't know that I need to show you all of those, but yeah. Once Upon a Time, because I like stories. Ah! Here is my comic that I did. Let's see if I can get this closer. So you see, I guess it's hard to see. I think the writing on the screen is backwards, but it's Bella versus me. So there's this dog that our neighbors had, and we would go over there to tutor, but this little tiny dog would always just come running at us, barking and growling, and it terrified me, even though she was so small. She was a bit of a bully, because if you stood up to her, then she would back off, but I didn't know that at first, and so I just was terrified of this little tiny dog. So, here, I'll show you basically what happens. So here I have me and the dog, she's barking away as I go into, and then I get in, and I'm like, whew, relieved. And then like 30 minutes later when I'm leaving, I go and I look out the door, and she's just there, waiting for me. This is what really happened. She was just there, waiting at the door, and I was so terrified. I'm like, oh my gosh, she was waiting for me. She knows I'm coming. So then, on here, I basically have me looking out the door, and I see this, and I'm like, slam. I slam the door, and then it has me going here. I'll use the other door, because that's what it is, because I'm just like, nope, not doing this. I am leaving. I'm going to the other door, and hopefully she won't notice. But yeah, I was very scared of that dog. Let's see, this we've got some shading practice, it looks like. You know, the little ball, and I practice shading it, and then the different shades of a color. Using black, which is a bit awkward, because I've since learned from other artists that you're not supposed to use black for shading, actually. You're supposed to use other colors that, I don't know how you tell what color you're supposed to use, but you're supposed to use other colors to shade, not black itself, because it just doesn't work as well, which is weird, because my art teacher told me to use black, and so I don't know what that was about. Oh, here's my template. The Once Upon a Time. And this, because I purposely made it backwards so that I could do printmaking, you can actually read it on the screen, it looks like. But yeah, it is this sort of, I don't know, corkboard, leathery substance. Okay, this, I think what was happening was an exercise where we were supposed to listen to music and then just draw what we felt the music was doing. I think that's what this is. It's a bit of a bunch of just scribbles. Kind of looks like what, you know, a 3-year-old would do. Not to diss 3-year-old drawings, because they're having fun and just living their best life. So I think we could all learn a bit from that. Pictures. Oh, I don't remember this really, but it looks like a little just index card thing that I made. I'm guessing it's the contrast of like the night sky and then like the sunset. It looks pretty cool actually, but yeah, I have no memories of this one. Here's some more shading practice, only with pencil. That actually doesn't look too bad, I think. I'm kind of impressed with myself because I've tried doing shading since then and it hasn't worked out very well. But that's not so bad. Here's another postcard art that I did. It took me forever to... At first I was going to like try and paint this color, I think, that this tissue paper is, but I could not for the life of me get the color that I wanted. So, yeah, so we did the tissue paper. And this one was fun, but it took me a while because I was trying to find that one color. But, yeah. For this we were supposed to sort of make a little logo for ourselves, and I liked music at the time. I was taking piano lessons and everything, and I liked to write, so I just sort of had these music notes that then turned into lined paper that I was writing my name on. A bit big to be an actual logo, per se, but I like it. And this looks like it was one of those like blow art things or something like that. I don't remember doing this. I don't know if it was even an art class. It might have just been something I did at home. I don't know. Here's another one. Just random colors. Let's see what else we've got. That's my other thing. Oh, looks like I've got also in here all of my drafting stuff. So I took a drafting class, and the first half was hand drawing, and then the second half was doing it on a computer. So here's all of my drafting. Nice big thick stack of that. I'm not going to show you all of that because, yeah, it's just a bunch of shapes and lines and stuff. But I mean, if you're interested, I could do another video showing all those. But and now I just realized, let me grab it. This was actually a template, it looks like, for this. So this is where I was having the trouble with the color, because I was having such a hard time getting a color that matched the tissue paper. I had a friend that helped me with that, but it took us forever to get this color. So that's where the taking forever to find paint came in, is copying it onto here. I like the original better, personally, but so it is. So what's this? Oh, probably, I think maybe watercolor. I struggle with watercolor. Like acrylic I understood better, but just some mountains and hills. I like mountains and hills. I like nature. It looks pretty. This is pretty simplistic, but so it be. I guess I should show you this. Oh, there's more stuff in there. But this is basically the portfolio I had in my art class. This is where I stored my art. Obviously it's not complete, it looks like, but I think I was trying to do this cool like black edging, and that didn't really work out either, but it's just my name. And I think this was probably a that postcard thing I just showed you. This is a earlier version of it, which I didn't finish because I probably changed my mind. Is there anything else in here? I think this was pastels, and I don't know that I captured what I was trying, but you know that time in the morning or in the evening when the light is going and the sky is somewhat faded, but then like the mountains are really dark against it. That just looks so pretty to me, so I tried to capture that. But I think my fading in the sky didn't work as well as I would have liked. But that's okay. Like I said, this is amateur. It's celebrating doing the art for the sake of doing this. Ooh, this one might have turned out a bit better. You know, the fading worked out a bit better, but yeah, just mountains. They're pretty. Anything else in here? Looks like more of the music. So it looks like we did more of the music one where we were like copying, drawing what the music made us feel, and then it looks like we put them all together, if I'm remembering correctly. So there's that. Here, this looks kind of cool. You can't really tell what I glued underneath, but I put an image below, and then I glued this like stained glass kind of stuff over the top, and that's kind of cool. I'm sorry you can't see what's underneath very well because it's so obstructed by the plastic, but what do you do? There's another one of the music. I'm guessing we picked our favorite ones to glue on the sheet of paper, but here's another one. Oh, I found it! This one wasn't by me. This is one that my brother drew. I don't know if you can tell it, but it's basically like this person turned into a monster or a beast of some sort down here, and he's kind of trashed his room. I really like this one, and that's why I'm glad I found it, because I thought I'd lost it. So, yay! That makes me happy. I'm going to put it separately because I want to keep track of that. Alright, now we have my sketchbook. Here's a few shapes. I don't know if you can see, there's a little creature there, and I drew, I don't know, it's kind of a bit too light to see them because it's a really brief sketch. Let's see if you can see this one. I drew a person. Again, you can't really see her very well, but there it is. So then each, like, I guess month or 6 weeks, we had a theme, or not just a theme, but we had to like create a page in our journal, and it really explored a bunch of mediums and just go to town with it. And here are some of my previous things that I wanted to try. I wanted to try and capture the thing of like the journey is the destination and the journey determines the destination, just like the journey itself. So here you've got, you can't really see it. Maybe I'll go to the next one because, oh, here we go. Maybe you can see this one better. I wanted to capture this idea of like branching paths. So you have this main path and then it gets steadily more convoluted, and like all these branching paths. I didn't finish it because I wanted to do it like the whole thing and then color it and make it look like it was in space, but turns out drawing tons of branching paths takes forever, so I didn't finish it. There's some notes from class. Here's some perspective drawing practice. Again, it's kind of hard to see, but there it is. Here's some face drawing practice. I struggle with faces, but there it is, my little amateur face. Here's some practice of the what I was telling you about, of the author coming out of the character coming out of the pages. Again, it didn't work out quite how I liked it, but again, it doesn't have to be perfect, because that's what we're celebrating here, is just being an amateur. Here's some more of it. Here's some attempts at his face and him again trying to come out of the page to the author. Alright, here's the actual result of my It's a Journey thing. Here we have the flowers, stop to smell the flowers, and a path. It has a quote. Let's see if I can read it. It's not a race, it's a journey. Enjoy the moment. Sometimes in life we focus so much on the finish line that we fail to find joy in the journey. I pray that we will not wait until we are ready to die before we truly learn to live. So there's that. And then the path, you see there's a path, then the path splits And then it's got the poem by Robert Frost, The Road Not Taken, on the tree, and then you have this one path with lots of footprints that, is the easy one, and then this one that just has the single set of footprints, because they're taking the road less traveled. So there's that one. So this took 2 spread pages. It's going to be... This is a bit of a religious piece, but I'll show it to you. So it has I am and stuff about me that's, like I like music, writing, I'm a porter, that's my last name. And then it goes into, you can't really read these, it gets really dark, and then there's these words like sinner, natural man, pride, fear, so basically things about me that are bad, or that I feel are bad. And then it goes back into the light and is like child of God and a temple. That's a religiously significant building in my religion. So it kind of was a way of exploring my identity, both the good, the bad, and the important, and all of that. But yeah, I think the saran wrap is now a part of the piece because it is sticking so bad to it. So yeah, that's not going to be preserved very well. All right. Looks like sketches for a tree. I think this idea that I wanted to do once was making a willow tree out of like found objects and then painting it and then like having beaded branches that would dangle down, and it was such a cool idea in my head, but I do not have the ability to create it. If any cool 3D artists out there want to do that, I just had this image of just dangling just this curtain of beaded branches of just beads hanging down, and it looks so pretty in my head, but I don't have the materials, the time, or the ability to do it. I have trouble when it comes to trying to create things in the 3D. Wow, that one took a lot. Okay, another one that's going to be sticking. That one didn't stick as bad. Alright, I really did a lot of religious pieces. But basically, it was about change. So, I have some quotes, which I'll read in a bit, but and then things relating to the quotes. There's Christ helping Peter. So the quotes that I've got in here are, change can be sudden like the kindling of a fire, hence the fire right there. Or it can be gradual like the forming of a diamond. And then I have a diamond. And then, leopards can't change their spots, but I work with men, and they change all the time. Hence why I had a picture of a leopard. And then, change for the better, not for worse. Those are the quotes I've got in there. So, yeah, there's that. Here's some sketches of some flowers. Actually, here's the main sketch. It's going to be too light to see, but I was trying to do a painting with a bunch of flowers, but I only got as far as the sketch. But the teacher accepted the sketch anyway because she's like, that was a lot of work. And, oh wait, that's not the final one. This is the final one. Again, you can't really see the flowers very well, but, yeah. But she accepted the drawing because the drawing took me a long time and a lot of work. So she's like, yeah, that's good enough. Here's me just doodling some patterns in the corner. Here, I'll turn it that way. I like patterns. Just random. Alright, let's see what this one was about. It looks like it was a combination of good things and bad. Oh, I see what I did. Okay. So this side had some like bad things in life, like inadequacy, temptations, selfishness, unkindness, deadliness, stress, trials, stuff like that. And then on this other side there was good things like comfort, uplifting, love, hope, joy, peace, light. And then in the middle, they overlap, and that spells life. So it's just showing how like life is got, you know, is a mix of the good and the bad. So that was that. And I think that's it for this sketchbook. So yeah, that's everything in my sketchbook. Whoop. Putting that in there. And I think that's everything in this one. But I also have a box back here with some art. Alright, let's see what's in here. So this looks like I got started on that flower painting that I told you about. It's not complete, but there's some pretty flowers. Put that over there. Okay. This was the first art piece I ever did. It was basically supposed to be a reflection of me. So I have, you know, you have your face and then a bunch of other stuff. Here's the piano. It was glued on there, but it fell off. So yeah, that was supposed to be on there too. And just had things I like. You know, I had I backed it with some of my writing. And some rocks and shiny things, because I like shiny things, and some more religious stuff. And yeah, I was pretty proud of this one. I spent a lot of time on it. This is also from that workshop I told you about. So pretty good for me when it comes to painting people. Not an expert level, but you know, I got some shading and stuff in there. So yeah, that's probably the best I've gotten at, you know, a person. There was a drawing I did during that workshop when we went to an art museum. Oh, there's more stuff from my About Me collage. There's a French horn, because I used to play French horn. I might play some for the channel, you know, go back and try it again. It's been a while. And then also a dragon, because I love fantasy. Fantasy is my jam. I'll just put those there. Is there anything else in here? Nope, I think that is it. So, oh right, I was talking about the drawing. I did a drawing of like, there was a painting of a boy writing or drawing, and I drew a picture of that. And it turned out really well. Probably the best drawing I've ever done, but I don't know where it is. So, sorry about that. But yeah, that's my high school art. Everything. My mom has some of the 3D pieces in her room. But I figured it was hard enough transporting, not really hard, but, you know, I transported all of this from their house to my brother's house where I'm living to film this, and I think the flat stuff is good. So yeah, that's all my high school art, celebrating my amateurness. Oh, this is apparently a music box and I triggered it. But, actually there's a bit of writing in here and I'm curious, so I'm going to do it. What did I write that I put in this music box? Oh, I want to develop all of my talents so that I can bless the lives of others. That's what I wrote. Not sure how I'm doing at that, but it's an admirable goal, and I've just, but yeah, it was fun, you know, looking through all this art that I did, and, you know, all of it is, I enjoyed doing it, and that's what's important, is doing things and making yourself happy by doing art or something like that, and whatever it is that you enjoy. And you don't have to be perfect at it. You can just do it because it's fun. So, yeah, we'll end the video there.
Hey, thanks for watching that video. If you enjoyed it, consider hitting that like button, and if you want to see more, then hit that subscribe button. If you have any suggestions of things you think I should try that you would enjoy watching me do on this channel, then comment those below. I wish you well, and I'll see you next time. Bye!